I'm not hearing the guitar here. I'm not sure what to do. It's coming. What is this action? That's better. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're happy to be here. Mary.
May I approach the,
Yes, please.
may I approach the altar of join the crowd.
This is the right time, everyone. We're going to have a good morning here. We'd like to say good morning to everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Isn't that a great thing to greet someone with good morning? Because you know it's all going to be good when you say that. That's your expectations. So let me look on our program and see where we're going with this. The morning has opened like every other morning. And I know there's someone visiting us here for the very first time, and we always ask at this time. Our lights up, okay. Oh, that's bright. One of my sunglasses. Is that what it is? Okay. Can you guys see my halo?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, all right. I know there's someone visiting us for our very first time, sitting right over here. We have a little packet we'd like you to have to take a look. Have you got one yet? If not, here it comes right now. Our practitioner Ruth is on the ball. You can count on her.
Is that all just one?
That's it so far.
So far.
Yeah, well, the rest of us are all just family, sitting around, hugging each other. That's good. So welcome to this little big house that sits here on the side of High Street Hill. The lady who's new here today said you guys have been hiding from me. We're glad you found us. I say little big house because there's a reason for that. You know, for over 60 plus summer times, yeah, 60 plus. It might be 64. Does that sound right to you, Reverend Moore? This house of light and faith has held a big consciousness of love for all of our earthly family of mankind. All. You see, the study of religious science is the culmination of mankind's great minds, of which many have inspired humans all over the world for many centuries with different religions, faiths, different faiths. And so we journey as spiritual beings, is the way I look at it, doing what we do, having our human experiences, and offering from this house of faith what we have a philosophy that I have heard described. I want to explain that to you. The person who did this said that they thought our philosophy was wider than a galaxy, deeper than an ocean, and safe enough for children to play along its shores because we do not teach fear. We teach love. And that it's challenging enough for the most advanced explorer of deep thinking and exploration of spiritual studies. So settle in, settle back. We're going to cover some announcements before we get started. We're going to do a little praying. We're going to sing our hearts to hear a good song. We're going to have a reading, and we're going to be blessed with a message this morning by our senior minister, Reverend Maur Horton. It's going to be titled, in the program it says, One Body. We'll see how that works out. Okay. So, these announcements, let me get into some of these here. I borrowed some glasses from Donna Stevens. These look okay on me? I can see better. Thank you, Donna. Next week, Reverend Julie Applegate's topic is going to be on how to open doors. Think big. Keep the faith. That sounds like worth coming to. So we want you to please join us for hospitality after the morning service downstairs. And we have some fundraising events we want to talk about. The first event is a rummage sale. It's August the 12th. No, August the 22nd. Got to adjust these glasses here. Here we go. August the 22nd. One more adjustment, excuse me. August the 12th and 13th. And the goal is inviting community involvement and raising funds for our center. Now, I guess, is it Kathy Daniels is our go-to person on that? Right there hiding, okay, in the crowd. Okay, thank you, Kathy. Just talk to her about this. Now, we always put this in the bulletin. You can see the program. You can see it says masks. As you know, we no longer require them to wear. But if you feel comfortable doing so, please put on your mask. Mine goes on every once in a while, I must tell you that. Now, we have a practitioner room I want to tell you about. We talk about this now. We have our practitioners, we have 5 coming on possibly. 4 right now, and you can find a practitioner. If you have something on your heart that you would like to share or something you would like to have a healing prayer for, our practitioners are on duty all the time. So we have the practitioner room downstairs. It'll be open today. Ruth Tenike, our practitioner of the day, will be there. And if you'd like to go down and visit with her for a little bit, she has prayers for everything you need. So check that out. It's downstairs at the end of the hall, past the bathrooms, ends up right down in there, right across the corner here downstairs. Okay, anything else? Anybody have any announcements they'd like to cover before we move along? Okay, I think we're ready to roll here. Why don't we sing? What do you say? Okay, let's do that. And everybody can stand when we do this too.
And I think that it's in the bulletin too. Is that the words to the song? My soul is welcome here.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Yay.
My soul is welcome here. You are welcome here. Has anyone ever stepped in this place and not felt welcome? We don't want that to happen. If it does, come talk to Reverend Moore. He can help you with that. Or me. Or any of our practitioners. Okay, so what we like to do before we go any further is we like to pray. And we have Donna, our practitioner, who's going to, excuse me, pray us in today. Donna?
Oh, good morning, friends. So let's get comfortable, settled in, go within. Close your eyes if you wish. In this magnificent universe, there's one intelligence, one grand overall design that works for everyone. I am a shining beacon of light sent into the world to experience life and represent the one. I am supported on this journey of service. I know I am guided and directed to be the healing presence of the divine everywhere I go. The journey is about raising consciousness, and it may take different paths. Here at Woodland Chapel, I am in the company of others who are on this ride with me. My journey is to see spirit in myself and others, knowing we are all one. Today, I live full out. Today, I serve the divine by serving others. I am the brilliant presence of spirit, sharing my light with joy and gratitude. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for today. I give thanks for it all now. And please join me in saying, and so it is. In your bulletin, there is an affirmation. Please read it with me. I understand fully how I can treat others. It is to realize there are no others. We are all one, and so it is.
And so it is. We are one. Isn't that good to know? Yeah, okay. So now we have someone who's going to do an inspirational reading. Michelle, would you come forward?
This way your eyes can move. Today, my reading will be out of this, but I just felt like I needed to say something this morning that was different. And so it's about the current political religion sort of events that happened, and I know they're upsetting to many people, but I wanted to say that I'm choosing to think on a line that I often hear during prayer treatments or in this house right here. And it's this or something better. Something may have went away, and we've had it for a while, and now I think that something better will happen. And since education was my field, one of the things that I feel like I could do and that others can do is promote responsible action and educate young people, boy people, girl people, even older people, but to be responsible and also take responsible action to better our world how we would like to see it. And I made up a little thing for anger because a lot of people felt anger, and so I've said, act now on the good energy to do what's right. So that's my little thing that was on my mine this morning. And now, what I'm going to read is, I believe it was June 21st, out of this month's magazine. The Jailed and the Jailer. There is only one of us here. What we give to others, we give to ourselves. What we withhold from others, we withhold from ourselves. Marianne Williamson. We are affirming the unity of all life, a unity which includes all variety. Unity passes into variety and multiplicity without division. Ernest Holmes, in How to Use the Science of Mind, page 7. I beg of you, the prisoner said to the jailer, set me free, let me go. I awoke from the scene playing itself out in my dreams. Dream interpretation suggests that every character within the dream is an aspect of ourselves. Similarly, spiritual insight teaches there is no other. I am the destitute at the intersection and the one avoiding eye contact in the lane of traffic. I am the betrayed and the betrayer, the humiliated and the one humiliating. I am also the liberated and the liberator, the lover and the beloved. Setting ourselves free is an inner commitment that often conflicts with consensus reality. In this sensory plane, we are repetitively fed with that dualism is real, and we're not hypervigilant, will be exploited. The irony here is that the focus on protection produces continuous forms to be protected from. Yet if the mechanics of this were to become stale enough, we might revisit and reopen the heart, welcoming in and softening such oppositional approaches to life. When I am willing to allow such awareness, a hospital home in my consciousness, I deepen my understanding of how I am both the jailed and the jailer. I am the solution to my own freedom. As Holmes says in 365 Science of Mind, what a difference it would make in our human relations if we tried to sense the meaning of this divine incarnation in all people and adjust our viewpoint to the truth that all are bound together in the unity of God. All are equal. We are united to everyone. The affirmation is, my heart sees only harmony. Thank you.
Reverend Moore, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Actually, we'll have some music and then we're going to
Oh, we're going to do music first?
Let's do that.
All right, let's have some music.
Come back here, musicians. You can't leave here.
1, 2, testing, testing. There we go. That sounds better, doesn't it? This is a song by, am I on? There we go.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we
This is a
go.
song by some of our favorite composers, Jan Garrett and J.D. Martin. And this is our version of their song, Living in the Heart of God. This is what he asked for, I think. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are
Living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze, songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of day is done, the moon makes love to the setting sun. Stars come twinkling, I want living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We dream in dreamboat deep and bright, sailing through the velvet night, refreshing the soul to the spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of
Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Mary. Beautifully done. I love that song. We're living in the heart of God. We are indeed living in the heart of God. We live in the heart of God all the time. Actually, sometimes we kind of forget about it. We don't remember that livingness, that life, that energy, that joy, that peace, and that power is always present right where we are, because we're living in the heart of God. And not only is the heart of God, are we living in the heart of God is living in us. And that wonderful image of perfection, that wonderful image of life, that wonderful image of joy is present for us within our very own soul, within our very own being. And the way that we express it here on this life is through these wonderful things we call our bodies. Go ahead, touch your hand. Just touch your hand. Yeah. It's there, isn't it? It's a servant for you. As your whole body is a servant of your spirit, so also your hand is your servant of, you want something to eat? How do you get it? You want to go somewhere? How do you get there? Your body is this wonderful instrument of your spirit. And I think that's a really key concept for what we want to talk about this morning. We're going to kind of look at two aspects of this body business, the body as individual and the body as one body, part of a larger entity, a larger relationship. It's like a network of life, and our bodies are part of that network. So we're going to explore a little bit in both of those areas today. I think we'll start off, maybe what my notes say where I'm supposed to start off. That's always a good thing to refer to occasionally. Okay. Science of Mind teaches us the creative process. Is anybody here totally new to Science of Mind? Okay. Richard? Anyone else? Well, the creative process is understood. You could take it back if you want to the first chapter of John in the Gospels, where he speaks about the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and through everything it was made by the Word. And so the Word is the concept. The Word is this idea, this spiritual pattern of perfection that is in the mind of the infinite. And as it comes into the expression, it does so by impressing itself, if you will, into the divine as law, as action, as that which knows how to do. And this action then produces a result, which we might call a demonstration, we might call it an effect, we might call it, It might call, well, in the case of the Word, we might call it the universe. We might see that the universe then is the body of God through this creative process. And we do the same type of creative process as we explore life, as we become more truly ourselves. So here at Woodland Chapel, we gladly teach that the universe is the body of God. So if the universe is the body of God and we are bodies, we must be some part of that universal body of God. So that's how we get to the one body, the one body. It's really interesting. Let's see. Have any of you ever been fascinated by babies? What comes? I think most all of us. They're wonderful creations, are they not? Have you ever been there when you've seen a little one kind of fold up on themselves and grab their foot, stick it in their mouth? Suck on their toes, maybe? Yeah, or sometimes they'll be looking around and, oh, what's that? Oh, it comes into the mouth, right? I believe that my particular fascination with the body, I have to admit, I've been fascinated by the body ever since I can remember. I don't know about you folks, but I am. And so I think my fascination began probably by witnessing other people at that very early stage of life. When we first discovered something's happening here when I move. It's me. Is that me? Interesting, isn't it? So I know that many parents over the years have done this. There was a picture taken of me when I was probably, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months old, thereabouts. I'm not sure. I was holding on to my mother's fingers, standing up on the bed, in full sunlight. This was in San Francisco, by the way. And full sunlight, everything's beautiful. It's a black and white picture, and I'm standing there, and my maleness is entirely visible. Anybody have embarrassing pictures like that around? It happens. Or sometimes I know in family things you'll see youngsters in the bath together. You know, the brothers and the sisters and the cousins. I have 3 or 4 kids in there playing and splashing. And this is all part of the family life. It's all part of this intimate connection to our bodies that just occurs naturally. It's beautiful. It's innocent. It's straightforward. It's wonderful. And that, I think, is the seed idea for understanding our bodies and our relationships to our bodies, that they are wonderful instruments of the divine. Now, you think, okay, who would have said something like that? Well, I think I have a quotation here from Ernest Holmes. I'd like to read it so I get the words correctly put in place. If the Spirit or divine intelligence has seen fit to give us a physical body, it would be absurd to think of the body as an illusion unworthy of our attention. Rather, we should think of the body as a spiritual instrument now. So our bodies are these spiritual instruments. They're a spiritual entity in their own way. We were discussing in class the other day about material and spiritual. And the phrase that came to mind that seems to apply here is that you can think of the material as the thinnest form of spirit. That we have spirit, we have mind, we have body. And body is that wonderful activity of spirit that it is part of the one. It is part of the one. Now, our bodies are definitely amazingly crafted instruments. Have you ever thought about what's inside your body, sort of, how it all works together? And I think Kathy's meditation this morning, Kathy Prather's meditation, spoke of the cells as being spirit alive in us, in our bodies. Here's some facts that I found in an article on the body. It seems incredible. There are approximately 46 miles of nerve cells in the adult human body. That's a lot. Nerve impulses to and from the brain travel as fast as 170 miles an hour. I'm not sure how they measured that, but they did. The human body is estimated to have about 60,000 miles of blood vessels. That's quite a lot. By the time you reach 70 years of age, your heart will have beat nearly 2.5 billion times. The body is amazing. Now, I like to check these internet things out a little bit, when you read them, say, could that be? So I decided to check this one out, and I did the math. And the math was pretty straightforward. If you calculate it out, there are approximately 529,949 minutes in a year. Okay? And if you think the heart beats 65 minutes, 65 times a minute, and you put in 70 years, I came up with a formula, 2.2 billion. So there you go. It's there. It's amazing. These bodies of ours are such a gift that we receive. And our bodies, as we've illustrated with the story of the babies, plays a role in awakening our consciousness. We may not remember it, but we see it in others. Yes, we do. Now, there's an aspect of life that lets us express ourselves better when we realize that the body is like an antenna. It's sensitive. It's sensitive to the world about us, is it not? It's necessary for us to be able to actually take action in this world, and it's also a very receptive thing. So I think it's important for us as Science of Mind folks to be aware of the hints that come from the body and the nudges that come from the body, and give us a chance to get a little deeper into them and understand how this is part of that communication network of the infinite coming into our minds and our lives. I'd like to share a little story about this. It's the story of a nurse. I read this story. I haven't actually met this nurse, but I do know some nurses. And is anyone here a nurse by chance? Oh, okay. Well, this young woman had recently graduated from nursing school, from the University of Portland, as I understand it. She took a position she really had wanted while she was in nursing school. She became a nurse in the intensive care unit of a major hospital in Portland. All the way through school and in her hospital training at the new job, she kept learning about nursing intuition. Nursing intuition. Her instructors and mentors gave this intuition nearly as much attention as that objective, measurable science that's like things like oxygen level and blood pressure and heart rates and all that sort of thing. Intuition. The instructors assured her that she would develop this sense of intuition over time. One night, not so very long after she was hired, she was assessing her patient before shift change. She surveyed the room. Everything seemed to be registering right on all the machinery, but something just felt wrong. She felt a little queasy, even a little stiff. Her gut was telling her that something was off. She couldn't put her finger on it. After all, the most recent labs had come back okay. And as I mentioned, the vital signs, heart rate, blood pressure, oxygen levels, respiration, all these other signs were pretty much, given that the person's in the ICU, they were as expected. Still, she decided, well, I'm going to talk to the doctor and the other nurses. And she did. And she said, something just isn't right. I can feel it. Now, I'm going off shift. I think you'll want to keep a close watch on this patient. Well, within hours, after her shift ended, disaster struck. The patient went from stable to critical. His blood pressure dropped drastically, his lung function started to decline, and his heart rate got very high. Now, because she had listened to her gut, the doctors and the other nurses nearby were all ready to help and be on alert. They had actually started doing some tests just to see if something was going on. So they were able to pick up on this, and they quickly ordered and administered new medications, and these helped to stabilize the patient. And even though it looked for a few minutes like he might go into cardiac arrest, he didn't. The medical team was able to react quickly, and the patient ended up healing well because the medical team knew to trust that gut feeling. To be aware of the messages that our bodies are giving us on an even subconscious level and let them rise up into consciousness can help ourselves be more healthy and to help others. Now, we talked this month about loving our bodies and feeling our feelings, and how if we suppress or don't or lock up our feelings, the body will hold them. I think Reverend Don did a great job of illustrating this last week when he told us of his taking gasoline that technically didn't belong to him and having that resolved and come clean when he came clean, that resolve the gut issue. So as we listen to body signals, we also discover that our bodies are constantly communicating with us, and we can tap into these messages that it's sharing with us. You see, the body is a spiritual entity. It's part of the spirit of life itself, and it's worth our attention and our love for the very fact that divine mind saw fit to have us manifest through our bodies. Our bodies, as we've said, are spiritual instruments, and they can bring us closer to God by developing patience and attunement to listen to them deeply. Now, one of the aspects of our teaching is healing, right? We believe in the healing of conditions through the operations of the mind. I have a brief story to share with you on this. I have a story about listening to the body. This listening paid dividends, and it probably saved my life. I've shared parts of this story with you, some of you, in past conversations. I think it relevant here. Over a decade ago now, I began to feel queasy physically. Sometimes I would experience pains in my lower body, and the pains then would pass, and I regained a sense of normalcy, so no big deal, right? No problem. Well, I ignored them. Wrong. One day the pains became more severe, and still they passed, and I remembered thinking, if this continues or recurs, I may have to have my doctor check me out. Well, the pains did recur, and I did feel off, and maybe that was about 2 weeks later, so I followed through with my intention. My general practitioner then referred me to a urologist. The urologist ran tests and found elevated levels of PSA. Then came very painful puncture tests, and the results came back. Yes, it was cancer. Another round of tests confirmed the cancer was in 2 of 3 of the lobes of the prostate. The doctor explained there's no way to know if these cancers are fast spreading or slow, and he recommended we act. Well, surgery successfully removed all of the cancerous growth. Now, over 10 years later, my PSA is nearly undetectable. I happen to be, fortunately, among the 95% of patients who fully recover from prostate cancer. While this story is not particularly unusual, it does bring home the wisdom of listening to our bodies. You may remember the saying of Jesus saying that he'd come to give life more abundantly. And I think paying attention to our bodies allows us to live more abundantly and for a longer period of time, perhaps. Mark Nepo, in his book, 7,000 Ways to Listen, puts it this way. How do we begin then to inhabit our destiny of being here? I believe it starts with reverence and listening, with honoring every bit of life we encounter. When we do look at life and begin to accept the information that's coming to us through our bodies, we can begin to experience a deeper and very profound intuition. We can actually begin to bring our bodies into conversation with our minds. You see, the body is the biggest and most expressive antenna that we have, and it's tuned to the divine. By learning to listen to the guidance, we can experience life more fully and authentically, and our bodies will tell us what we need to know if we listen. Has anyone here ever developed a headache from having to do something you really didn't want to do? Anybody at all? Yeah. Well, there's a message in there, isn't there? From the body. Absolutely. we don't want to ignore our intuition and our desires because those really kind of point us back to where it is that we want to be in relationship to life. We don't want to suppress these intuitions and insights because that can cause more permanent damage in the form of disease and other activities that we don't want to participate in. While many of us are accustomed to, while many of us are not accustomed to deeply listening to our bodies, they are always available to us, and they can speak to it what they want. This week, I'm going to suggest kind of a fun exercise. Spend time every day asking your body a series of yes or no questions. Okay? Ask your body. Aim for 10 questions a day. I'll give you some examples. But first of all, you would sit calmly and take a few deep breaths and ask your body this a simple yes or no question. It can be silly, or it can be serious, a real decision, or one made of fantasy. Notice how your body feels when you make the statement and how it communicates an answer to you. You may need to spend some time getting acquainted to the way your body speaks and assuring that you will listen. Soon the answers will feel very clear. By honing this practice, you're learning to hear wisdom from your body. Now, what would be some examples of these kind of questions? Well, here's one of my favorites. Do you want to eat chocolate right now? Oh, I think so. Yes, I like that one. That's always good. Are you thirsty? Well, I'm not real thirsty, but by golly, I've got some water here. Do you want to go swimming right now? Well, no swimming pool right close, but I could. Do you want to go to Mars? Are we okay? Okay. Do you want to go to Mars? No? Nobody wants to go to Mars? How about the moon? Jupiter? Saturn? Any place? Oh, well. I guess I grew up in the age of Isaac Asimov and Robert Heinlein, and such things were considered to be normal for a young person to have desires to go to such places. So I would say, yes, I would love to go to Mars if I could. Do you want to eat a carrot right now? Carrot? Not so much. Chocolate better. Do you want to take a walk? Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I could do that. Do you want to go to sleep? Well, let's wait till the sermon's over, okay? Oh. So the questions can be as realistic or unrealistic or whatever, but as you begin to explore these kind of questions, you find that there are answers that pop up. It just kind of, it could be just a feeling. It doesn't have to be a word thing exactly, just be a feeling. Now, I think the reason that this exercise works is because we are, I like to say we're infinite in multiple directions, but let's just think of, we're infinite in the area of reaching into consciousness, into the consciousness of spirit and the consciousness of life. We're also infinite in reaching into the consciousness of the race consciousness, the consciousness of human beings, the consciousness of all people everywhere. So if we're infinite in both directions or in all directions, then it makes sense that we can access information through this wonderful instrument we call our bodies, as well as through our thinking and our minds and our praying and all of the good things that we do. You see, your body is a place where your individual soul presses against the one soul. Your body is the vehicle that lets you participate in the one body of the world that we live in. Now, we talked a little bit about the aspect of one body, one energy, one life, one substance that everything is made out of. Are you all pretty much familiar with the metaphysical and very basic formula, 1 + 0 = 1? If you haven't read Thomas Troward, you may not be, or if you haven't heard a talk, we mentioned it before. But if God is the creator and it creates the universe out of nothing, what's in the universe? God. God is all there is. And so we understand that truth and apply it to our bodies, right? Now, since we're connected to universal consciousness and to race consciousness, we can pick up some feelings. We can pick up some disturbing aspects of life that occur to us as we become aware of the circumstances of life around us. I mean, we all know some of these very negative things, and these feelings can be amplified by the, how do we call it, the media, by the news, by all this publication that happens. You know what kinds of things we're talking about, I'm sure. The war in Ukraine, mass shootings, perhaps even the decisions of our own Supreme Court. These things may have caused you anger or upset or disgust or disturbance or confusion. It's really hard to know. They tend to want to create an imbalance between our spirit, mind, and body, and they may actually interfere with the operation of our bodies. They may make us sick enough to do that. Now, when we identify what we consider to be harmful actions, okay, we call them bad or sometimes just call them evil, they are actions that truly miss the mark. They disturb peaceful living for ourselves and for others. When we come across this type of information, when we are bombarded by these negative circumstances of life, we have some things that we can do. Now, our responses may be somewhat limited. You might think, oh, what am I going to do with the war in Ukraine or all these other things that are going on? Well, there are at least 2 or 3 things that we can most probably do. And one of the simple ones, we do what's in our power. So one of the simple ones is if you have a cause that you've seen where you want to help, say, refugees or something, you can give to that cause. You can give some money to that cause. Or you might be able to volunteer. I just spoke last night to a young lady who was leaving for, it wasn't Nigeria, but it was just north of Nigeria in Africa. She was going on a mission to help the local communities build facilities that they need. My wife and I have done some of that. You can take actions to make a difference in the world. Now, in addition to giving money. Now, as adults here, I think we can actually vote our consciousness. We can express our personal opinion about what's happening by how we vote, whether it's to the right, to the left, to the up, to the down, whatever it is that's in your heart, you can express that through voting, right? And I think that's a valid thing. Now, probably the most effective thing you can do is pray. Prayer has power beyond imagination because in prayer we contact and live with that infinite life. And so we can pray for the values that we know are important. As we move toward our conclusion, we recall that our bodies are individualized expressions of the body of God. Now, we're sometimes accustomed to dismissing and somehow thinking we should transcend the physical. But by leaning deeply into the physical, by experiencing, by becoming aware of what our bodies are telling us, what life is telling us, we can have a deepening of our connection to the infinite, to the divine. You see, our bodies are divine instruments, created so that we can experience this life and can be used to enhance that experience and serve as the connecting point between our physical reality in which we live and the spiritual reality of who we are. Body and spirit are not opposites. They're simply 2 aspects of the same whole oneness that we are. When listening to our bodies, we listen to divine instruction and guidance for our lives. And we find that we're not alone. We are some part of the one body of the universe, the very body of God itself. This week, I invite you to live the wholeness you are, spirit, mind, and body. Take time to hear what your body is telling you. Take care of your body. Of course, do the normal things. Get the rest you need. Eat good, nutritious food. Get exercise. Be good to yourself. Give yourself a break once in a while from work, okay? You see, the more deeply we listen, the more inclusive our love becomes. And one of the profound truths you will discover is that everyone we meet is some part of the one body, an expression of the divine. remember the saying, what you do unto the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you do unto me. As we realize the reality of the one in which we live, we can look into the face of others and see the face of God. We can begin to open to one another and hold one another in our hearts. And we can realize that we are one family, mind, spirit, and body united. I'm going to invite Mary and Russell to come up and sing now a song. I think you may want to stand up and sing yourself. I think you all can sing it really well. We've done it many times here. Can you guess what that song is? You are the face of God. Thank you.
Am I on? Yeah.
And please join in if you feel so moved. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Love this time. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are a part of me. You are a face of God. Beautiful.
All right. There we are. We'll check the script for this morning and see what happens next. Thank you so much, Russell. Mary, that was beautiful. Our typical activity that comes next is our expression of the of our reaction, if you will, of our involvement in this exchange of life that we see here at Woodland Chapel, in the teaching and the preaching and the music and just being here in a relatively cool spot as the temperatures strive to reach 90 degrees today, and we are comfortable. And we do this, at least in part, because we're able to receive gifts of money and time and effort. There's always something to be done around here, by the way, for volunteers. If you want to just ask, I'll be happy to list off several things. But in any case, this is a time when we share our money. And so let's do that freely and joyfully from our hearts. And let us read together this offering affirmation that you see on the program. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
What a joy it is. I hope you all have had a good morning this morning and have felt the participation of energy that comes from our wonderful music, from the prayers that have been offered, from the meditation that was done, from the reading that was so expertly delivered by Michelle. Oh, hi, Michelle. By Michelle. And by all of us just being here together. So let us accept these gifts this morning, freely given, freely received, to the betterment of our souls, the betterment of our bodies, to the betterment of this body of the church, and to everyone in this community. As we do this, let us just do it with joy, and let us say together, and so it is. You're welcome. Thank you, Reverend Don.
Please rise. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my sighest vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Walk in the loving awareness of the power that lives in your body.
I want to say hi to Linda and David.